say you got it, like, they don't care. They just say that. And then when you eat shit, they go, oh, dude, I thought you had it.
Jason Ellis's latest podcast episode doesn't feel like a finale so much as a controlled demolition. From the outset, Ellis makes it clear that the show is ending not because of creative burnout, but because it no longer makes financial sense. The costs outweigh the income, sponsorships are limited, audience growth has stalled, and the math has stopped working.
So, first things first, show's over. I'm not going to do the podcast anymore. Not that anyone cares or they're listening, but I owe it to a few people. I'll do one every now and then if, like, I know there's some creative guys that want to be on. Yeah, all right. But the bottom line, and don't feel sorry for me. I don't care. Life is a new thing. This is just like what it is. You know, you listen to the music. Alan Watts. I don't care what happens. I'm not in control. But the podcast cost me too much money. I don't have any money. I have to pay off for the debts and the ex and all this stuff. And it's way more than I can afford. And I don't want to do bankruptcy, so I can't do the podcast anymore. It's just not even like it's like an irrational move. I know that it helps people. I was like, I just want to help one person. That'd be worth it. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna sink me. So I can't do it anymore. I can't afford to pay anybody to do the podcast to have it come out.
He speaks openly about debt and the real possibility of bankruptcy, framing the decision less as a failure and more as a necessary reset. To avoid going under, he's selling possessions, downsizing his life, and preparing to move to Utah in pursuit of something quieter and more grounded. Family, close friends, archery, horses, and a version of happiness that doesn't require constant output or online relevance. There's gratitude in the episode. Ellis thanks the people who worked on the show and acknowledges the support that did exist. He's clear that the Patreon project with his co-host will continue, which helps frame this not as disappearance, but as retreat. He's choosing sustainability over scale, peace over momentum. That alone would make for a sober, reflective farewell. But this is Jason Ellis, and reflection is only half the story. The other half is scorched earth. As the episode unfolds, Ellis allows himself a level of bluntness that feels intentional, almost ceremonial. If this is the last time a large audience is listening in this format, he's not going to waste it on diplomacy. He fires off opinions about public figures with very little cushioning, and it's clear he's not trying to preserve relationships or future collaborations. This is not networking Ellis. This is exit interview Ellis. His comments about Brendan Schaub are a good example of that tone.
But I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Brendan Schaub says people don't say he's not funny to his face. You're not fucking funny. I don't mind Brendan Schaub. He's a good dude. Every time I've ever hung out with him, he's a good dude. He's not fucking good at stand-up, and he quit. I'll say it to his fucking face. What the fuck? Crystalia, you kind of fucked around with younger people. You're fucking tweaked. You think I won't say it to your fucking face? You think I fucking flinch any of you? Ban me from the Comedy Store. Nobody fucking cares if I go there anyway. Give a fuck about all you dickheads. All fucking protecting each other.
What makes the critique more interesting is that Ellis also defends one of the most controversial decisions of Schaub's career, taking a major stand-up special early. Ellis argues that if someone offers you hundreds of thousands of dollars after only a few years in comedy, almost anyone would say yes, including the same people who later criticized the move.
It's not really that ballsy because he's never going to say it. But if I ever saw him, like, it's conflicting because I don't hate him or anything, but like, you're not funny, and it's a stupid joke. To say he's not funny is stupid. Like, he did it. I've already explained it several thousand times, but of course you're only going to get the bit that makes him pissed. Like, dude, if someone paid me $500,000 or maybe, who knows, more to do a stand-up special after being in comedy for 3 years, would I do it? Yeah, and so would you, so shut the fuck up. You'd all do what he did. The only reason you didn't do it is because it wasn't on the table for you. So I don't blame him. but I just saw a video where it's like people would never say it to my face. And I'm like, dude, you think I'm fucking scared of you? You know? You think I'm fucking scared of any of you? I mean, okay, let's be real. I am scared of you. I'm scared of everybody. You think I won't fucking do it? You know? I'm scared of everything, but I will face everything. Scared of this show ending. I quit.
What ties all of this together isn't just anger or bitterness, it's exhaustion with pretending. The podcast episode feels like someone stepping out of a system that demands constant politeness, constant relevance, constant restraint. Ellis isn't positioning himself as morally superior or uniquely enlightened. He's positioning himself as done. Done with the economics, done with the expectations, done with the idea that every bridge needs to remain intact. There's also an undercurrent of clarity that comes with financial pressure. When the money stops working, a lot of illusions fall away. Relevance becomes less important than solvency. Clout matters less than sleep. Ellis's decision to leave Los Angeles, simplify his life, and focus on tangible, physical pursuits reads like a rejection of the very ecosystem that turned podcasting into an endless treadmill.
Also, Quentin Tarantino is a foot fucking faggot. You talk shit on Bruce Lee. That's your first mistake. Go fuck yourself. You're fat. You've never been an athlete. You don't know shit. He's not very good at combat. He's the first person I ever saw a video of him doing MMA. He had MMA gloves on in the 70s. Shut up, you dickhead. You're a dickhead. And now you say some people are not good at acting. The guy that was against I Drank Your Milkshake guy is a bad actor. I thought he did a really good job. But who am I compared to you foot fuckers, you know. But also, remember when he was asked about Harvey Weinstein and he didn't really say anything that bad about him? So you're not going to say anything bad about Harvey Weinstein, but you will bring up that the guy that played fucking Shaggy in Scooby-Doo is a shit actor? You know what? You know what that makes you? A fucking dickhead. You're a fucking dickhead.
The scorched earth comments aren't just personal grievances, they're symptoms of stepping off that treadmill. In that light, the episode isn't really about Schaub or Dalia, even though they're the most quoted parts. It's about what happens when someone decides they no longer need to manage optics. Ellis isn't trying to win an argument or shift public opinion. He's clearing his chest on the way out, saying the things he believes without worrying about who might be listening.